We got something pretty radical here, David.
Gonna step on it, Riley?
I don't know if I'm ready. I'm not sure if I can handle it. Jeez. Makes our hybrid prototype pretty clunky looking in comparison.
Yeah, but
The height looks good though.
yeah, the height looks good.
It's still a little low on the tail, but I don't think it'll be that noticeable in riding it. And these angles should be pretty good. The village people should be happy. Oh shit. Ooh, it's got high energy. That thing's pretty secure. Woo! Those front trucks have some turn on, that's for sure. Sawdust. It turns a lot up front.
I know.
There is a lot of activity going on that front truck.
But look how much. And it's the front just wants to raise up. You have to want. You're gonna have to put your weight on there to keep it down. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of training on that.
Yeah, right? It's almost intimidating.
Yeah.
Now imagine having symmetric Rojas on that thing.
That's pretty much a lot.
It feels super turny, and that's even with a comparatively tame OP rear.
It's not getting quite the deck tip I was expecting.
No, but our hybrid truck never really did. But it isn't as noticeable when you're out riding and going
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. It feels a little, but it feels a little like a toy up front, just because it's so active and unrestricted. But I have to say that my immediate impressions are that both of the trucks are working well
Yeah.
with each
so This
other.
one, the resistance, because this is so funky, the resistance at center, doesn't have a lot of resistance.
Yeah, it's got
from
that
the bushing
play.
at center. Whereas this one kind of sums up and closes up to the center really nicely. But this is on a pivot, and so it can still it's really super sensitive at the center. Where this one's kind of got the cam at the back, so between the two you can feel like the spring back going through the deck and resting on the cam a little bit. Feels really good.
Yeah, I think for just throwing it together, we've hit a pretty solid mark.
Yeah, and then of course we've really got the new base plate pretty stinking good.
And we're testing out some hot new orangutan wheels.
Hey, what are these again?
Orangutan Kegels, I think.
Oh yeah, the Kegels. Of course.
It's a really high-powered, high-speed wheel that does lay some decent drifts, but generates a lot of friction. Holds a nice line. All right, so we're gonna go push it around and find out what all's happening with this bad boy. Check back later.
So Riley just had a frightening realization.
These Roja trucks lend themselves to be welded extremely easily.
The base plates.
The base plate. The base plate is so simple that to recreate it in
in
a
whatever you
steel
want
welded configuration
is stupid easy.
Yeah, I mean, there's virtually 1, 2, 3,
Things.
components that are just welded onto a flat plane. Yeah, that's going to be awesome for being able to change the angle,
The height,
and start to
whatever you
experiment
want.
with whatever we want. Because the sophistication is
all in the hangar.
yeah, and the bushing. We cannot forget that the bushing is a critical component of the design.
The Roja, yeah.
But it's also very easily used. Simple. So I'm excited. This is going to lend itself to a very exciting new age of prototyping and experimentation.
That was loud.
Yeah. It's because it's steel on steel, baby, which makes it easy to weld.